everyone. We are here with Hollie, and I am so excited for you guys to hear her story. Hollie did something a little bit different than what my other students do, and she bought a short-term rental. So I'd love for your Hollie to share all the details about that. But first, tell everyone a little bit more about yourself, like where you live, what you do for work, and what got you excited about wanting to invest in real estate.
So I live in North Carolina and I am a shoe rep, which is really a fun career actually. And I got the idea to buy a short-term rental because I really wanted a vacation place for me and my kids to enjoy, but I would also like to make a little money on the side. So that's why I did it.
Love that. So what type of research had you done about real estate before you decide to jump into it? Like some people will watch YouTube videos or they'll do, bigger pockets courses or what was kind of like your journey that led you up to, hey, I'm going to buy some real estate.
So I had a friend who had short-term rentals and he was having some success with that. And that kind of lit the fire under me to start doing a little research. I knew the area I wanted to be in simply because it's where I have a lot of family and it's a nice vacation area up in the mountains. So I did some research looking at homes. And then with your help, I was able to figure out exactly how to determine what areas would be the best and how to do the financing and that type of thing.
I do feel like, research and figuring out where, and if it's profitable is one of the hardest things to do, especially with short-term rentals,
Yeah, of
because
course.
there's so many different variables. It's like
Yeah.
there's a lot of different, it's much different than a long-term rental in that aspect.
Well, yeah, you want
What?
to be sure you're in an area where people want to come visit. And I wanted to make
Mhm.
sure it was an area that had, hopefully 4 season rentals, which so far this one has been.
What were some of the things that my program helped you with? I know, there was the online course and the coaching. And I know that the online course is more really geared towards long-term rentals. So a lot of my short-term rental students, it's a lot of verbal help because I don't have tons of content out there in
Right.
my course for short-term. So what were some of the things that you felt that I kind of helped you with on your journey to your short-term rental?
Well, definitely researching and the financing part of it because you're making a big investment buying a home that you're not living in. And so I wanted to make sure I was making the right choices and that it was going to end up being profitable for me. So I think where you and I went through all the finances and to make sure that this particular home would turn a profit was the determining factor.
Yeah. So how long have you had your short-term rental going so far?
So I bought it in June of last year and had to do a little bit of improvements to it.
Mhm.
So September 1st was when it first went on Airbnb and VRBO.
That's awesome. So tell everyone, let's talk about your short-term rental. So where is it at and what's it look like and the fun stuff.
Okay, so it's in Banner Elk, North Carolina, which is right off the Blue Ridge Parkway. There's skiing, there's hiking, there's zip lining, there's horseback riding, there's activities all year. There's beautiful golf courses, there's wineries, tons of waterfalls. So there's a lot of activities. Plus, it's a college area, so there's football, graduations, parents' weekends, all that type of thing. So the house itself is relatively small. It's a 2 bedroom, 2 bath, but it's really cute and it has a great yard. So I've been
Mhm.
fortunate that the house is in a neighborhood, but this particular house sits on 2 lots. So it has nice parking, a nice yard. I made sure to make it pet friendly because it does have a great yard for dogs. And I think that has helped with the rentals.
Yeah, I love that. And how far away is it from you where you live and do you self-manage and all that jazz?
So it's exactly an hour and 20 minutes from my house, so I can get up there as needed. I do self-manage it, which has been manageable. But I do have a team up in the mountains that handles the cleaning of the house, the yard work, and also cleaning the hot tub.
What would you say some of the hurdles have been, with the short-term rental? Because there's a lot of facets to being successful with a short-term rental. What were some of the hurdles that you have faced that you've overcome?
Well, since I also have a job that keeps me pretty busy and I do have to travel a lot for work, it was learning how to set up the Airbnb and the guesty and the price labs, that kind of thing. I had no idea how to do that. And so I was able to find somebody to help me with that, which was a wonderful help. But once she helped set everything up, then I took over, and it's pretty easy to communicate with the renters and just make sure you're on top of, answering their questions and replying quickly. So even with the way I work and travel, it's been relatively easy to maintain.
Just took a little bit of upfront work and getting the
Yeah.
whole initial business part together.
Yeah, a little learning curve, but yeah.
Yeah. Would you say that you would do another Airbnb?
Yes.
What would you say? Yes, you would.
Yes.
Okay. So the experience has been good.
Yes.
Yes. Awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
So would you say, Holly, that through our coaching time together, it was beneficial to you? Would you recommend, my program to others? What would you have to say to anyone who was looking for your recommendation?
I would absolutely recommend it. Like I said, buying an investment property is a big financial commitment, and having your help on that side of things really made me feel more confident in making my decisions and making sure I was doing something that was profitable and I wasn't going to lose money. And then us having these monthly check-ins, also it helps because we work through the finances and we were doing some spreadsheets together that really helped me track what I'm doing every month and to make sure I'm staying, profitable, which is the name of the game.
Right. Yes. It's difficult with the short-term rental when you're starting out. So yeah, I wanted to make sure we had some extra time to really make sure it was working. It's not like a long-term rental. Okay, you did it, you're done. You
Right.
got your tenant in there. It's easy straight. It's like it's a continuing process for several
Right.
months to make sure, like working out the kinks and making sure your listing pictures are good, your descriptions are good. And like we had the problem trying to get the first picture changed.
Right.
And there's always these little things starting out with a short-term rental. It's
Exactly. And I
yeah.
felt like you were helping me, like you would catch little things that maybe I just didn't think about. And you would give me ideas. And then every month after we did our check-in, and you would send me the follow-up email saying, hey, don't forget to look at this and don't forget to check on this and follow your competition. And, things that I just didn't think of necessarily. So it's very helpful having somebody kind of being your check person, so you've kind of been in the background helping me along the way. So that I really appreciate.
Thank you very much, Holly. So
Thank you.
what is next for you? You've got this Airbnb down, it's under your belt, it's running smoothly. Most of the kinks are pretty much gone. It's always just now about increasing revenue, increasing revenue. That's always the
Right.
name of the game. So what is your plan next? Are you going to buy another short-term rental, a long-term rental, this year, next year? What have you thought about so far?
So I really would like to buy another short-term rental. My goal is to do another one this year, which you and I were talking about earlier. And so you're going to kind of help me again with giving me some ideas and some lenders to talk to. So my goal is to get another one. I hope I can do it in this year. So
I bet
fingers
you can.
crossed.
It's early enough in the year. You can do it for sure, for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
Well, Holly, it's been a pleasure working with you. I'm so glad you chose me to guide you through this journey. I appreciate you. You've done a great job, and definitely make sure to, keep me in the loop with whatever happens next.
absolutely. Thank you for your help. I really appreciate it.